I've been very tough on Jameson Williams. Everybody who watches this channel knows that, from his return and underwhelming performance in year 1 to his suspension and underwhelming performance in year 2. But it's times like this that you see what Brad Holmes saw in Jameson Williams. Now, that's a lot to live up to. The 12th overall pick. Anytime you're drafted in the top 15, you're going to have a lot to live up to. And if you're an NFL receiver, you've got to catch the football. The higher you're drafted, the more that is expected of you. And there's no getting around that. But this guy, I'm going to give him his flowers today because he deserves his flowers today. Okay, we still want to see him get better. Still want to see him catch with his hands. But yesterday, no drops. No drops, 2 receptions, 2 targets, and a block that help essentially be the difference in this game. Help David Montgomery take this thing to the end zone. So what we're going to do is we are going to take a look at this block from Jameson Williams that set up, that helped spring that 75-yard TD run from David Montgomery. So if we just go back a little bit here. All right. Jameson Williams is going to be at the top of your screen. Let's go back so I can find him. I'm going to have to let this play a certain way due to copyright restrictions, okay? So Jameson Williams is right here, and he's going to come out, and he's going to block. You can see him blocking right there, okay? Tries to get the block. He misses at first. He actually doesn't even touch this guy. He doesn't even touch. Once he sees that David Montgomery has passed him, he is now going to go into no block, no rock mode, as Ben Johnson put it. So he is going to take on 2 blockers. Now, David Montgomery said yesterday that he's running as fast as he can and that Jameson Williams was jogging. And you're going to see Jamo actually slows down to finish this block. So here is Jameson Williams. He is going to come up, and here's the point where he starts to slow down. Now, there's Derwin James there and Asante Samuel Jr. here. He's going to take on both of these guys. He's going to get just enough of Derwin James, but more of Asante Samuel to create the toe tap that David Montgomery is able to do here. He's going to take Asante, but he catches enough of Derwin. Derwin is now essentially out of the play now. Jameson Williams doing his job. And what I love this, he initiates the contact on Asante. If you can see from back here, he initiates the contact. And he makes sure that Asante is out to play. Asante kind of pulls him down there, but that sacrifice from Jameson Williams and it is what really creates the last 25 yards of that touchdown. And that is how Jameson Williams is able to spring that block to help Montgomery all the way. And the beauty part about this is David Montgomery has 2 runs over 40 yards, 42 and 75. Both times they led to touchdowns. Both times Jameson Williams was out there blocking. It was almost the same exact play as it was during the Carolina game. Jameson Williams was out there both times. Jameson Williams is responsible for springing that last 25 yards. He actually had to slow down in order to pick up the block on Asante Samuel. So again, no drops, 2 targets, 2 receptions. And I know this doesn't sound like a lot, but Jameson Williams yesterday was the most complete game. And don't forget about the touchdown pass that was called back from the ticky-tack Taylor Decker call, right? So whatever you hear from me, and I think most fans, most reasonable fans, we're just simply saying what needs to be said. And that is, if you are picked as high as Jameson Williams is picked, you have to eventually perform, right? Or you are going to be labeled a bust. It's unavoidable. We've seen it time and time again. I didn't come up with that. I don't create the narrative. I just talk about it. And that's just how the NFL works. It's not for long. But it's times like this that you can see what Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell saw in Jameson Williams. And all we're asking him is to work on his hands. That's all we need him to do. But what I like to see, and I have to look at this, I have to look at how many snaps J-Mo played yesterday, because he's been playing about 50% of the game, and he played quite a bit of snaps yesterday. Let me see if I can find this info real quick. I wasn't prepared for the snap count, but I am going to find it because that's what I do. He played quite a bit. We saw him out there for most of the first quarter and most of the first half that he was out there playing. It looks like that they are trying to get him more and more involved when it comes to the offense. Okay, I can't seem to find it. I think I'm looking too hard, but okay, here it is. I knew if I looked again, I would find it. All right, so Jameson Williams played a total of, let's see, let's bring this in. He looks like he played 34 snaps. 34 snaps. So he got 52% of the snaps for the Detroit Lions. They had 66 offensive snaps. He played 34. So Dan Campbell is easing. You're looking at about 50% of the game that you see Jameson Williams in there. This is going to increase for the past couple of weeks. And I think what they're still doing is easing him back in the game. I think that's what they're doing 100%. So you're talking about last week, it was 44% at 33 snaps. This week is 52% for 34 snaps. Right? So 33 last week, 33 the week before that, 34. So we're going to increasingly see more and more of Jameson Williams. But again, I give flowers where flowers is due. And that's all we want to see, J-Mo. That's all we want to see, consistency. Now, if he can keep doing this, still hasn't had a breakout game. I will say this, though. It seems like that every time that Jameson Williams touches the ball, like every time every time he scores, out when it's some type of running play or quick screen or something like that, that call was yesterday was terrible on Taylor Decker. Again, pulled out. And you think about the confidence. We talked about confidence last week, about the confidence. Herman Moore brought up confidence and how the Lions could have possibly been destroying his confidence. But the NFL could be doing that too. I mean, with these raggedy calls, they called a chop block on Taylor Decker that he barely even touched, if touched at all, the defender. It was ridiculous. Another called back, a touchdown called back. Again, that Jameson Williams touchdown after touchdown after touchdown is called back, right? So that can also impact his confidence as well. But it was great to see, and I am all about giving flowers when flowers is due. One thing you're going to get from me is real 100%. I'm going to talk about you when you need to be talked about. I'm going to criticize you when you need to be criticized, just like y'all do me. And I'm going to give you your flowers when you need them. And Jameson Williams definitely earned his flowers yesterday. Just a small sample size of what we hope to come. And you can see what the aggressiveness, the fact that touchdown does not happen without Jameson Williams taking on Asante Samuel, taking on Derwin James. It does not happen. And that's 2 times now that he sprung David Montgomery. And again, no block, no rock. He knows this. And it was great to see. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. It's a good sign, good showing from J-Mo, and we just need to see more, man. So keep up the good work. Your flowers, I give them to you today. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.